We are always getting asked a lot of questions about the bikes on display in Arch 3, and of the current crop, this one, Sushi-Suki, probably gets more questions asked about it than any other, and it's easy to see why. So we thought we would get Sticky Matt from Sticky Speed Shop down to answer some of those questions. Matt, thank you for coming down, mate.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too, man. And thank you for letting us have this on display. As I say, there's a lot of questions, but before we dig into Sushi-Suki, let's just run through the history. So, what was the first show you had a bike at?
2018.
2018, what was that?
That was Lamb Chop.
Lamb Chop with the bike shed on the side, I remember that. Yeah, cool. 2019?
That was Goldie. The GSX
yes.
engine Harris.
Yes. And then 2022, because we missed a few. You went big in 22. We came and did a video at your place when you were getting ready, didn't we? And that was the 4-bike year, wasn't it? So it was Widow Liquor.
69.
69, the Turbo Chop. Track Wolf.
Track Wolf.
We did with Ryan Quickfall's t-shirt design that you helped us with. And then Scud, your Turbo Bandit.
Yeah.
Cool. And then 23, Black Pudding. We'll talk about that another time.
Yep.
And Sushi-Suki. So let's start at the beginning. What did you start with? What was the base bike?
It's a GSXR750 Slingshot, 1989.
Yeah.
I've had it hung up on a shelf for years. Already had the swing arm with it, which was a custom steel heart engineering swinging arm.
It's an amazing thing. So you had the swing arm, you had the frame.
Yeah.
Motor, this is where the questions tend to start.
Yeah.
What's the motor?
It's GSXR1000. So there's a few people at the moment retrofitting GSXR 1100 fairings to GSXR 1000s, and I thought the cooler way to do it would be to put a GSXR 1000 engine in a Slingshot.
Right, so it's kind of the reverse of, because the poster bike from Hatch Moto this year was the GSXR 1000 frame with a Slingshot bodywork, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas this is Slingshot bodywork and frame with the GSXR
1000 engine.
Right.
So I tried to do it the more difficult way, but we got there in the end. Yeah, there was a lot of headaches, a lot of head scratching. Nearly didn't happen a few times, but we made it work.
A very different mounting points, everything, isn't it?
The worst bit I was trying to get the injection system into the frame, which we just couldn't do.
The fuel injection.
The fuel injection, yeah. To keep the engine high enough for it to handle well, we decided to convert it to side draft rather than down draft, which meant a lot of head work, a lot of time on the CNC.
So you took the fuel-injected GSXR 1000 engine, converted it to carbs to fit in the frame.
Yes.
Side draft carbs also to fit in the frame.
Yes.
So, wow. Harry, you might need to get in here so we can start digging into some of these details, because, I mean, from here down, the Slingshot frame was all rectangular tube, wasn't it? So these cylindrical cradles.
The cradle. I wanted to keep a cradle. That was a big thing for me, to keep the look of the original Slingshot. So there's a couple of people out there that have put Hayabusa engines and GSXR 1000 engines in, but I've never seen another one with a cradle.
Right.
And that's the way I wanted to do it, because I wanted to keep that look. I took it down to Lee at Steelheart Engineering because it already had a Steelheart arm in it, and I thought it'd be nice for him to do the frame as well. And after a fair bit of convincing and tenacity from me,
he wasn't on board with the plan at first?
Yeah, well, he was, and then the main problem was the carbs, trying to get the carbs in, converting it to side draft from down draft. A lot of it you can't see. There's a couple of big billet braces that bolt up to the engine to keep it all nice and strong.
I mean, it's quite a special engine as well. What is it? What did you say the head was from? Something different?
Head's from a K6. Right. Because it's got bigger valves, bigger ports. Right. A little bit better flowed. Thought it might work a bit better with the carbs.
And what's the exhaust from?
The exhaust is I think it came from a BSB bike, 60mm Yoshimura system.
Right.
The head's from a BSB bike, so it's been worked on different cams.
So you've got quite a lot of race parts on here, don't you?
Yeah, that's kind of, that's what I do. I like trick old race parts.
Right. Collect them up
and then build a project around them.
Oh man. Let's do front to back just so we don't miss anything out. Okay, so wheels.
Wheels are they're 16.5 inch from the BSB, the Vivaldi BSB team.
Well, forks?
Forks they came from Ducati. I can't remember which model, but yeah, Ducati Olins.
I love this dash. What's this from?
That is from, I think it's from a Lotus single-seater, but could have been out of a touring car. So the guy had loads of old car race parts.
Right.
From.
So it's a car race dash?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, look at these, the Hell brakes. Is this a thumb brake?
Yes. Yeah, Hell really helped me out on this one. They supplied all the brakes. Some really lovely stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so, top yoke. What's
top yoke's off another race bike. Not sure what it came from. It was the wrong size, so we had to bore it out to fit the Öhlins forks.
Right. And then we've got the motor, the whole frame conversion. This is a stock Slingshot tank, right?
It is, yeah, with an endurance filler cap. Yeah. So one normal one and a quick fill.
Awesome. I love the seat, the way you got your 3 lightning bolts carved into the foam there.
Yeah, had to get a signature in there.
Yeah. And what's the seat unit from?
RGV 250.
Right. And this
vent? And then we made a vent for the top. Somewhere to house the oil cooler because we had not a lot of space up front.
Right, so oil cooler at the back with the venting, 710 obviously, a 750 frame, 1000cc motor.
The oil cooler is a little bit of a nod to the old endurance GSXR GSXR 750s back in the day.
Awesome. And then, I mean, looking down at that oil cooler with your soy sauce fish on the top, that leads us quite nicely into the graphics. Let's talk about the graphics. So what's your process for the visual of this?
So Ryan Rokill has been involved in the last 2 builds quite heavily. I come to him with some ideas, he's got some ideas. Send him a silhouette of the bike and he designs something crazy, then we try and reproduce it in paint or in real life.
Talk to me about the sushi. Why sushi?
I like sushi.
What does Sushi-Suki mean?
Sushi lover.
Sushi lover?
Sushi lover translates to Sushi-Suki.
Of course it does. And that's what it says on the side, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That reads Sushi-Suki in
Sushi-Suki.
Japanese. You got your little prawn there with the skull.
Yeah.
And then there's kind of almost like a skull camo vibe going on.
Yeah, I think that came from a World War II bomber.
Right.
That's where the inspiration for that comes. Again, that was Ryan. It sent me some pictures of some planes with some hand-painted camo on.
Oh man, so he did the design and then you implemented the design onto the bike, right?
Yeah, yeah. Me and Ian get down and sort of work out how to try and make it work. The graphics have got half tones in, so they had to be printed to give it that kind of 90s vibe.
Yeah. It's so striking, mate. It's so striking. It was a bit of a showstopper.
Thanks.
What have we not talked about? We need to, what are the foot pegs from?
Foot pegs are CBR 600, I think.
Right.
Yeah, went into a bit of a Google black hole trying to find the right pitch spacing.
You've not got it running yet, have you? It was a bit of a last minute rush for the show?
It was, yeah. Yeah, we still need to do a bit of development with the engine. Needs to be flowed. Need to find the right ECU for it as well. Got a guy who's going to wire it up for me.
Okay.
And then, yeah, we'll get some videos of it on the dyno.
It's going to shift, isn't it, with that engine?
It is, yeah.
What horsepower do they have? It's like 180, something like that in one of those?
We're hoping for mid 190s. Normally aspirated, and it'll sound amazing with the carbs as well.
Yeah, I love the slicks as well.
Yeah, I've got to say a massive thanks to Gav. He helps me with every build.
Right.
Definitely wouldn't get it done without him.
It's kind of a team effort, isn't it?
It's all a team effort. I don't want to make out that I do it all on my own. There's a group of us. Everyone helps out.
I think.
Yeah, Gary as well. Come down and spent a couple of hours, a couple of days with me.
Right.
Getting the bikes done.
Yeah.
There's got some good people around us.
Yeah. Thanks for letting us have it. If you want to see it, then come down. It's going to be with us for For a little while? Can we keep it for a bit longer?
A little while, yeah.
Okay,
a little while.
and then you take it off and get it running and bring it back and we'll hear it.
That's it, definitely.
Hear it erupt in the arches.
Yes.
Mate, thank you.
Thank you. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and any comments, stick them down the bottom and I'll try and get back to you.